He's terrible.
He
He
looks
had a
so
key fumble that totally changed the trajectory of the Jets' win. And honestly, Garen Glenn had a post-game comment. He said, "You will not be on the field with this team if you cause us to lose games." Well, what that translates to me is it looks like Xavier Gibson's not going to be returning kicks or punts next week against the Bills. So if that's the case, find somebody else. It can't be Xavier Gibson. He should have been cut, and Brandon Smith should have made the team. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FTB podcast. I am your host, Chris Segulik, alongside my co-host, Tom Savino. We will be discussing the week that was. The Mets play 500 baseball on the week, while the Yankees solve the Blue Jays puzzle. Cam Thomas thinks he's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, while the Knicks keep quiet on the last roster spot. NFL football is back. Dom is excited, but unfortunately, the Jets and Giants both lost to start the 2025 season. What were the positive and negative takeaways from both games? Stay tuned to hear our thoughts. Do me a favor, take a seat.
Let's talk.
I mean, dude, he thinks he's SGA. I mean, I know you're laughing, but that's just, I had to say it. I mean, we'll get into it, but it's it's wild.
I just love it how you don't tell me your intros because it's just like a surprise to me, and that was just so funny. That was good work. Good work.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna get a kicker out of that one. But how was your weekend? And by the way, before you even say anything, just to start off, Dom's birthday was last Wednesday, so happy belated birthday to Dom. 26 years old now.
Thank you.
Yep.
Some people think I'm 18. Some people think I'm 38. No one thinks I'm 26. It's either 18 or 37. There's no in between.
I got news for you. People think I'm still 20 because I shave like every 4 or 5 days. So facial hair annoys the hell out of me. It itches me. It bothers me. I can't. So people think I'm much younger than I actually am.
If I don't have any of this, I look like I'm 7. So
right.
I definitely need some of this at least. At least
I
some.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your weekend was how was it? How did it go?
It was good. Celebrated. Great time with friends, family, all that. It was good. How about you? How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. I mean, just watched football yesterday with Marco and some of the folks there, and you know, still enjoyed the games. It's great that football's back. We really have another league to harness and get into now, which is great. So Sunday was good. Saturday weather was terrible. Didn't do anything. Actually went out Saturday night just for a bit. Danny came in last minute, so that was nice. Good to see him. We hung out for a bit. I got home actually pretty late, going into essentially Sunday morning. But during the day, Saturday did nothing. Weather was terrible here in Bayside. So, and Friday was pretty chill. I don't think I at least Saturday I went out later on, but Friday I didn't do anything. But still, calm weekend. It was great, and picked up my brother from the airport this morning. So, yeah, can't complain. Pretty good.
Very good.
Pretty good. So we're gonna start with the MLB, just as we did last week. Dom, the Yankees, they're turning the corner, man. 6-1 the week before. This past week, 4-2. It's looking up right now, man. It's looking up.
It is. They went 4-2, and I'm absolutely shocked. I think every single Yankee fan is shocked, or at least Yankee fans have the same mindset as me. I can't believe we're 4-2. I'm surprised we even won 2 series, let alone 1. So, I mean, kudos to the Yankees. I mean, it just seems like that everyone is somewhat getting it together. Fried, he has a 1.67 ERA in his last, I think, 4 starts. Luis Hill looks like he's getting better from the injury. And then same with Aaron Judge. He's back in the field making plays. Even though the first game that he came back against the Blue Jays was not good at all. He didn't really attempt to even throw at full strength. But now as he's getting better, he seems like he's like diving for the ball, trying to throw a little bit harder. So the pitching is getting back. Aaron Judge is getting fully back. So, I mean, hey, let's see. But it's gonna take a lot. It's going to take every single player on this team to try and make a run of some sort.
Dom, how about that accurate throw to Josh Chisholm from Aaron Judge? Thing was a rocket.
It was a rocket. It was a rocket. It was an absolute
He was
rocket.
getting so much heat for that. They're like, "Is this guy gonna throw at home ever again?" Like, with
Yeah,
just
people got to relax. People got to take it easy. I mean, I don't
uh,
blame him. I mean, we need him. We need him, and like he needs his elbow to throw and to hit. So let this be like a lesson learned to everyone where he can't go at 100% as soon as he gets back from injury. That's number one. But all right, let's get into it. September 2nd. It was a final score of 7-1 and against the Astros, and it was all Grisham again. He had a grand slam, and then Jazz had 2 home runs, 2 solo home runs. And Fried, I mean, he's getting back. He's getting back to it. 4 hits, 1 run, and 5 Ks, and 7 innings pitched. This is what we need to see from these pitchers. Even though like we're supposed to have a really good bullpen, but like same thing like what Chris is talking about with the Mets, we can't be just having pitchers throw 4 or 5 innings and then just have the entire bullpen pitch the rest of the game. That can't happen. So I'm glad for Max Fried to get through at least 7 innings for our bullpen to at least have a little bit of rest or not having to use everybody. So that was good. I didn't really say much about this game on the 2nd because I want to get to the amazing game that happened on my birthday, September 3rd. Chris, do you know what happened that day?
no, I do not.
Any
I'll be
chance?
honest. I have no idea.
Really? Utter disaster happened.
No.
Complete, utter disaster. There's an umpire out there who people are looking for.
Mm.
His name is Brian Walsh. And it was an absolute disaster from this man. Don't get me wrong. Was it all of his fault? No. Why? Because we had Devin Williams on the mound. So, of course, it's going to be his fault. He walked the bases loaded and then gave up a walk to to Carlos Correa to score a run. And then the next batter, Jeremy Pena, he gets a RBI single off of Camilo Doval. And the pitch before that hit, he was called for a balk. I don't know if you can find this clip later, Chris, or if people can look it up later. I want to know where this balk was. I need someone tell me. Please, someone tell me. This guy did not move at all. And then they called a balk and then costed another run. No one understands how. It was one bad call, right? With the balk. This guy missed 15. He missed 21 calls, and 15 went against the Yankees in that one game. And I just find it funny. Maybe I'm reaching here. Maybe I'm not. But after the game, people were trying to look up this guy's information, Brian Walsh, and everyone is finding pictures of him in Red Sox gear. Just saying. Just saying. It's a little. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. I'll let the fans of this podcast decide, but a little fishy to me. I don't care. Aaron Boone got ejected for arguing balls and strikes, and same with Devin Williams. I wrote down here, Brian Walsh, and I quote, Brian Walsh should be sent to the moon. I agree. He should be sent to the moon. If you miss 21 calls and then 15 calls against one team and then 6 to the other, I mean, people are going to be questioning that no matter what. No matter if you like the team that had the calls going against or not. Like, that's horrible. Horrible. And what really tipped it all off was top of the 9th. Full count, 2 outs. Jazz Chisholm up at bat. A breaking ball comes in, out of the strike zone. Brian Walsh calls it strike 3. I mean, Chris, you got to find this clip too. This pitch was nowhere near the zone. I don't know if this guy was betting. I don't know if he hates the Yankees. I have no idea. But it's just too obvious. Something went on that day, that game. I don't know what, but something happened. I don't know what he did. It doesn't make sense.
I know in all your disarray, I actually sent this to you. So yeah,
Yeah.
I did see this. Umpire Brian Walsh ended the game on a bad called strikeout to Jazz Chisholm in a one-run game. Yeah, you're right. Walsh missed 21 calls in the game and 15 went against the Yankees. By the way, folks, this is not from a Yankees Twitter account. This is from Umpire Auditor. So there is no Yankee bias.
Great page.
Literally missed 21 calls and 15 went against the yeah, Dom, this is what I sent you Thursday morning. And you saw it and you replied back to me, my God, that's awful.
Yep. So
So I
bad.
saw it. It was bad. And Jazz had every right. People were like, oh, look at him. He's so immature. He's a child. What do you mean? It was a terrible call. Like, this is, at the end of the day, a kid's sport. I mean, I would react the same way he did. It's a god awful call.
I mean, especially when we're trying to get a wild card spot too. Like every game matters. Every pitch matters. I mean, only costing 6 calls to one team and then 15 calls to another. I mean, that's just horrible. That's utterly ridiculous. And then the next game, the final score is 7-1. Even though that the Yankees won the game. Oh no, I'm sorry, they lost. Actually, they got destroyed. What am I saying? He didn't have it at all. Cam Schlittler, he only went 1 and 2/3 innings. He threw 40 pitches in the first inning. And in his 10th big league start, he gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, and 2 walks. I mean, that's just not good. You can't have that. You can't have that at all. And then Aaron Judge, this is when he returned to the field since his injury, and he didn't attempt to throw the ball at full strength at all. Which, I mean, he's better now. Don't get me wrong. Like I was saying before, he's diving for balls. He's throwing a little bit better. Not really. It's going to take some time, especially when with this elbow injury, you might have to get Tommy John. And that's the last thing anybody wants because he'll be out next year too if something happens to him. We need him for his hitting. We need his fielding. So it's better off for him to be careful. I think it's not okay for anyone to really say, oh, he shouldn't be out there at 100%. If he can't throw the ball, then why is he in right field? But that's how bad we are. We need him. It's not like we're such a good team where he can just sit on the bench and fully be 100% healthy and then he can come back.
Well, the thing
Unfortunately, we
is,
don't
Dom,
have time for that.
I think he would take on like kind of a Bryce Harper situation where he would just DH and not play the field. Now, unfortunately, what are you
That
going to
could
do with Giancarlo Stanton?
exactly.
Giancarlo Stanton is not a great fielder, so now where are you going to put him? I see
Exactly.
the confliction. I do. Um, yeah, I hope he doesn't get Tommy John surgery. That would be ideal for him to not get it. But yeah, it's going to be a little tricky situation if he has to, if he does have to get it.
Yeah, that's the last thing anyone wants. And then the season will be over. And of course, no Yankee fan wants that. I mean, the fact that we went 4-2, we still got a shot. We still have a shot. I think we're only 2 games now behind the Blue Jays. But I mean, obviously, now that we're gonna have to play against, the Tigers tonight, and obviously they have Schoolball and they have a great offense. So we'll see. But that was the Astros, and now off to the Blue Jays. I can't believe it. We finally got their number. They've been destroying us all year, and finally, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Take a 3-1 win on Saturday. Cody Bellinger, he made a 95-mile-an-hour throw from right field to get Bo Bichette at the plate for the final out of the 6th inning. But unfortunately, Bo Bichette got hurt during that play, and it did not look pretty at all.
Mm-mm.
Did not look pretty. Hopefully he's all right, because obviously we don't prey on injuries on this podcast. I
No.
hope no one prays for injuries. But hopefully he'll be okay. He hobbled off the field, and he had to get the aid of a trainer, and then he stayed in the following for the delay. Then Louis Haley only allowed 1 run and 2 hits in a season-high 6 innings. Like I'm saying, he deserves this. He deserves to be healthy, which he finally is. And I'm just excited for Louis Hill to finally be 100% healthy in this rotation. And he finally went past 6 innings. Like I said, we need this for our bullpen. That's going to set up our guys in Duvall and Bednar. And I just hate the fact that Devin Williams is still on this team, that he's even going into games. But that's a whole different story. because that's just he does not deserve to be on this team. But that's a discussion for another day. And then on Sunday, the Yankees took the W with a final score of 4-3. Aaron Judge, he saved a run with a diving catch and scored the go-ahead run on Cody Bellinger's double. The Yankees beat them 4-3, which, I mean, such a close game, great game if anyone watched it. I literally recorded it and I watched it early this morning. It was such a good game. And then this is only his second appearance in right field, Aaron Judge, since July 25th because of his flexor tendon in his right elbow. And then he looks good. He looks way better than that first game. So slowly but surely, he'll get way better. He had 3 walks, Judge, including in the third one, he stole second and came home on Bellinger's double off the right center field wall. And then Bednar got his 22nd save after a 1-out single by Lukes, who was caught stealing second by Austin Wells. And Austin Wells, as much as he's such a good catcher, I don't want to see him in the playoffs, really, unless we need him. Unless we really need him, because Ben Rice, we need his bat. Our defense has been a problem this year, don't get me wrong. But in the playoffs, seems like we get it together, but our offense dies down. For some reason, I would say this is probably the third straight year now where the Yankees in the playoffs, they can hit fast pitch. They can hit it all regular season, no problem. But once playoffs comes, once it gets 98 and above, these balls go right by them. Doesn't make sense. And I don't know why. But our defense turns up though. So let's just hope once playoffs come, if we make it, keyword, if we make it, we'll see how this goes. And then same thing with this game in Devin Williams. He stranded 2 in the 8th inning. This needs to end. I don't know how many times I need to say it, but it needs to end. And then Max Fried, he allowed only 3 runs and 6 hits in 7 innings. And he's 3-0 on a 1.67 ERA in his last 4 starts, after going 2-2 with a 7 ERA over 5 outings when he returned from a blister on his pitching hand. We're getting better. And my hopes aren't up yet. We still got to play the Tigers starting today, and then after this series, we got to play the Red Sox. So they're both 2 very good teams, and we're still 2 games behind Toronto. So we need to make every single game count, and let's just hope that all this momentum leads up to the playoffs.
Yeah, a few things I want to say regarding the Yankees. Cam Schlittler did not have it. I watched that one. I watched the Bo Bichette injury live. He banged the heck out of his knee on Austin Wells' knee guard. And in terms of standings, I'm even looking now. Yankees are 2 games behind. Dom, they're making the playoffs, pal. Okay, they have the projections up, the projection percentage of making the playoffs. The Yankees are sitting at a 99.9. I mean, they're going to make it. The Mets are a little lower. They're 93.4, but they're also going to make it. The Reds and the Giants have to go on a Braves 2022 tear for the rest of the month of September for the Mets to fall out and the Reds or the Giants to make it. Because right now the Giants are at 3%, the Reds are at 3.9. So really both New York teams should be making the playoffs. I know, a few episodes ago we both predicted that they weren't, but listen, you can always change the course of things as the season progresses. So those are just a few things I want to say about the Yankees. Is there anything else you have to say about them and how they did this past week?
I mean, I still am concerned with Judge. I know he's looking better, but
I would be.
I just think it's just such a shame that he can't rest 100% because of how bad we are. And I fear, I hate putting it out in the universe, but I fear that he could get hurt again. And that's the last thing that we need. I don't think he should play the field every day, but it's such a tricky situation because of Stanton, because he can't play the field. We need his bat. But sometimes Ben Rice, he can catch, but sometimes he will need a day off. And then you put Austin Wells in, and he can't hit. And then still with these pitching rotations, they're still not good. But it does seem like that Bednar is our closer. from everything that's happened the past week, it seems like that he is officially our closer, which I like. And then Duvall before him, Williams should not even pitch. I'll die on that hill. I don't care. He should not be pitching. But we'll see. It's all up to Boone. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't trust Boone with the lineups or the pitching rotations. That's why I'm like, if we make the playoffs, projected
Mhm.
99%. All right. But let's say we do go to the playoffs. What, we're
Mhm.
going to lose in the first round or the wild card?
I don't know.
So
We'll see.
I'm still not confident 100% in this team,
Okay.
which I think other Yankee fans would agree with me too.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. There's still about 3 weeks left in the regular season, and then when the playoffs start, it's basically a whole nother season. Anything could happen
Hold on.
there. Could go on a
Exactly.
run, could get eliminated first round. Who knows?
Literally.
So now we're gonna go on to the Mets. They played 500 baseball, as I said in the intro. They went 3-3 on the week. When we recorded last Monday, I was watching the game live. I didn't really include that. We also didn't do predictions. We will do the weekly predictions at the end. Mets go 3-3 on the week. Labor Day last week, the Mets win. They end up winning that game 10-8. Sean Manaea, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks, 83 pitches. I'm telling you, Dom, there needs to be a conversation about having Manaea and Clay Holmes pitch in the same game. I'm going to do a screen share later on after I get through everything towards the end of this portion of the episode. And it's just time for Manaea to just maybe pitch only 3-4 innings and then have Clay Holmes come in from the bullpen and pitch. Clay Holmes is used to coming out of the bullpen, as Yankee fans know. Man hasn't been a starter since end of September 2018. So if you want anyone starting, it would be Manaea, and then Holmes would come out of the bullpen to clean up. Mets offense did come alive, and they've really been coming alive, especially with runners in scoring position since August 1st. They're essentially the best team. Maybe they dropped a little bit from these past 2 games, but basically top 5, top 2, top 3 in the league since August 1st with runners in scoring position. Louis Torrens, Labor Day, had a great game, 3 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Juan Soto, 2 for 3. He honestly saved the Mets game at that moment in time when he hit the grand slam because it was bases loaded, nobody out, back-to-back strikeouts for Charlie Morton, and then Juan Soto saved the day with the grand slam. He had 6 RBIs on the day. He's starting to look like the Juan Soto we know and love, which is very important. Carlos Mendoza is really getting close to not wanting to put Ryan Helsley in a game. The man threw 5 pitches, gave up a run. Mendoza said, "Great, get the hell off the mound." He took him out.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I don't think Mendoza wants to, see this guy pitch much for the rest of the year, even
Don't blame.
including the postseason if they make it. As I said, they're at a 93.4% chance to make the playoffs. Edwin Diaz got the last 4 outs to seal the win. So that's Labor Day. Tuesday, Mets again win big. They win 12-5. The offense comes alive again. Nolan McLean, 4 starts. I don't care. He's the ace of the staff. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks, 90 pitches. He didn't even have his best stuff in this game, Dom, and he figured it out. That's what aces do. When you don't have your best stuff,
There you go.
they still find a way to push through for 6+ innings, and they still do well. He only gave up 2 earned runs. That's an ace. I mean, in my book, that's ace-like quality performance. Mets offense came alive once again. Another great Louis Torrens game. 2 for 5, 2 runs, a home run, 3 RBIs. Jeff McNeil, 3 for 5, 1 run, 3 RBIs. Pete Alonso, 2 for 5, 2 runs, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Juan Soto, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 1 home run, 1 RBI. Kevin Herget, he tried to save the bullpen, tried to pitch 3 innings, but he couldn't complete the ninth. He gave up 3 runs, so Stanek came in to get the last 2 outs, came in a 12-5 situation. That's perfect. That's the only time I want to see Ryan Stanek pitch, as I said multiple times already. Don't need him seeing to pitch in a close game. Wednesday, Mets did lose 2-6. Clay Holmes went 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. 85 pitches. I mean, dude, if he can't complete 5 innings, that's just you're not a starter.
No.
Plain and simple. You're just not a starter. He needs to be moved to the bullpen, help out the bullpen, relieve them, help them out from exhaustion because I'm sure they're pretty worn down at this point in the season. Help out Manaea too. Slim the rotation down to 5 starters. save the bullpen from exhaustion, do whatever the heck you got to do. But Clay Holmes is just not a starter in my book. I don't really care what anyone tells me. Gregory Soto gave up the 2-run single to Riley Green. So that's essentially how Clay Holmes got his 2-run runs, because he got pulled. Gregory Soto inherited 2 guys from Clay Holmes. He gave up the hit. He has not looked great either recently.
No.
And then once again, Ryan Helsley. I mean, it's just exhausting to watch this guy constantly blow it up. Gave up a 3-run dingbat to Gary Carpenter. And with the Mets offense just not having it, they're not going to have it every game. It's impossible.
No.
The 4-run deficit felt like 8, and the game was just out of reach after that homer. So another blow up from Ryan Helsley. What else is new? Thursday, the Mets were off. Friday, Mets win 5-4 by the skin of their teeth. Dom, I don't know if you saw the 9th inning with Edwin Diaz. I mean, he is a great closer. I think he loves the adrenaline rush, as I said the last episode. I still don't know how he got out of that inning, and I'm going to get into it in a bit here. But to start off with this game, David Peterson, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 91 pitches. He's just simply running out of gas, Tom. He's over his pitch limit. He's running out of gas. He was constantly missing arm side, leaving pitches over the plate. Too many full counts, just like Clay Holmes. I mean, those two go to full count on almost every batter. I mean, it's insane. Mark Vientos hit a massive dingbat, 427 feet. Juan Soto keeps hitting with runners in scoring position, got an RBI double. So Diaz comes into the 9th inning, loads the bases, nobody out.
No, I saw this, yeah.
He struck out Marte on the Reds on ball 4. It was a ball. He struck him out. Yes, did it look enticing to swing at? Because it started near the plate and then it just stayed right outside on the inside corner of Marte, and he swung and missed. It was a great pitch, but at the end of the day, it was ball 4. And then he decides to create what I call it shoegate, and now stops the inning, and the ball boy or the bat boy's got to run out there to give him brand new cleats in the middle of the inning. And he literally then stops, puts new cleats on. Supposedly, Diaz said he was slipping because a spike in the front of his cleat was broken. I mean, you waited until the bases loaded, nobody out, to tell somebody that you were slipping on the mound? I mean, did it just break while you were trying to pitch to the plate, trying to throw home? I mean, I'm trying to comprehend how you waited until 4 guys were on base to then say, oh, wait, hold on, my spike is broken. Or maybe it was even after Marte struck out. Regardless, I would think because of a broken spike or whatever the issue was, that is partially the reason why you got the bases loaded with no out. On top of you just didn't really have it that much in the game and you kind of got lucky. So then he struck out De La Cruz looking, and then he got Gavin Lux to ground out to Acuna Jr. Diaz covered the bag. Folks, for the Mets fans that are listening to this episode, I'm sure everyone remembers when Diaz didn't cover the bag. Game 161, that sent the Mets to the playoffs. Well, he almost unsent them to the playoffs because he didn't cover the bag in the 9th inning when the Mets were up 6-3, and the Braves stormed back and took a 7-6 lead that inning. Luckily, Lindor was on his MVP run, and he hit the 2-run homer, and then Diaz went back to the mound requesting he go back to the mound, and he shut the door. But he covered the bag in this game this past Friday, and if it wasn't Acuna Jr. at second base, the Reds win the game.
Yep.
They win at 6-5. Nobody else would have gotten to that ball. Jeff McNeil, Brett Beatty would have never gotten to it. That is why Acuna is going to be on the playoff roster. It's not even a question because of his speed and his defense. So thank God he made the play. If it weren't for him, Reds would have probably won 6-5, and the Mets won instead 5-4. Saturday, Mets lose 3-6. Jonah Tong, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 96 pitches. This was a maturing game for Tong, which I'm fine with. And he gave up 3 homers, which I think the whole entire time in the minors this year, he'd given up 2. And listen, it happens. This is the major leagues now.
Yeah.
But Tom, here's the problem. And this is why I said having these young kids save the Mets rotation is just not a great situation. Because now, if you have a game like that where you really just don't have it, he didn't really mix up his pitches and he was throwing that high fastball in the beginning of the game, the first couple innings, they weren't catching up to the fastball running upstairs. Well, they caught on to it after that and they started hitting it every time. Young pitchers are always going to have grow up games. They're always going to have games that humble you. So that's fine. But to have it be in September when you're trying to make the playoffs, not ideal.
Not a
It's
good
just
look.
not. It's not going to work. So this is why I called this David Stearns malpractice, that you have to rely on these kids. And if they have one or two bad starts, it's going to hinder your playoff positioning. And this game did hurt their playoff lead on the Reds because now the Reds gained the game. And so that was a big issue. Mets Twitter didn't want to understand that, I posted on Saturday, which I even have to look. It's gotten heavily viewed. Not crazy amount, but it's got to be like 23, 24K, something like that. I didn't expect it to get that high. But I basically wrote here, crazy to think these kids have to save the Mets rotation, ... Attaway Stearns. What I'm trying to say is I understand people went back to me, oh, well, he hired the player development people and, he's a big reason why they're developed. And it was always the plan to have these kids come up and pitch and do all for the Mets. It was always their plan to get called up when the rotation's going to shit and the
Yeah,
young kids have to come and
of
save
course.
the rotation and now help you gain playoff ground on teams and try to get in the playoffs. That was always the plan, really? To
Sounds
have
about right.
those kind of ERAs in August? That was the plan? Shit, that wouldn't be my plan.
That's a great plan.
There's no shot. That wouldn't be my plan. My
That's a
plan is to have them called up in June or July if there's an injury. And then they're like, well, look what here we go again with look what he did in Milwaukee. Look what David Stearns did in Milwaukee. He built those guys. He developed them. And then someone wrote, he brought up relievers to help the bullpen. Are these guys relievers? No, they're starters. And now they have to save all the other guys who aren't cutting the mustard here in the rotation in the months of mid-August and September. It's a different situation. I don't think he called up young guys in Milwaukee to save the rotation. This is a totally different scenario. Okay, he wanted these pitchers to have a gap to go to the young players.
what?
Dude, what? Who the hell plans like that? You have good rotation pieces so that if they do not if they crap the bed, if they get injured, then you have the young guys come. But they're supposed to be well and good for the whole season. And then the following year, you think about calling them up sometime early in the season, right? Or have them be on the opening day roster if they can qualify for it. But it was pretty wild to me. And I was just like, I don't think people are understanding the point that I'm making. Okay. He's a smart guy. He's a good GM. He did what he did in Milwaukee. Yes. Help them build a good quality team, right? That can be successful for consecutive years and years to come. But let's just call it a spade a spade. The way that he set up the rotation this year was not good. And to call up these young kids to save the rotation is not a smart plan. It's just not.
Not a good look either.
No, it's not. So I'm just going to be real here. Ryan Stanek is fucking terrible. I don't really care what people tell me. He gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits and walked a batter. But it's okay because according to the FIP idiots on Twitter, he's just unlucky. According to FIP, it's just unlucky. It's another unlucky start, Dom. Don't worry about it.
No, do you
The
know
man
who's
sucks. Just
lucky?
accept
Do you know who's unlucky? Paul
it.
Skeens or
Yes.
Mets Jacob DeGrom.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can even say Syndergaard, probably. He was probably unlucky a lot too.
Probably. Who knows? Yeah, good point.
Yeah, but him,
So,
he ain't
yeah.
lucky.
He ain't lucky. He just sucks.
He's terrible.
He just sucks. So now that brings me to the last game Sunday. Mets lose 2-3. Brandon Sproat, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 Ks, 88 pitches. Had a no-hit bid going into the 6th inning, and he's got a great pitch mix of a sinker, sweeper, curveball, four-seamer, changeup, and slider. Use percentage is in that order. Sinker, sweeper, curveball, four-seamer, changeup, slider. His curveball is dastardly. I mean, this thing is filthy. And he was getting a lot. He had 7 Ks, had to have been probably maybe all of them, 5 or 6 of them were off the curveball. I mean, in my opinion, he's a future ace in the making. He's going to be great. The Mets offense, they went up against Hunter Green. Tip your cap to Hunter Green. He's a great pitcher. Man throws 100, 101 almost every pitch. He's a great pitcher. Mets just couldn't really muster up anything. Brett Beatty hit a solo homer. Juan Soto tried to help them out in the ninth, hit a solo homer to make it 3-2, but they just couldn't get anything going really against Hunter Green and for the rest of the game, frankly, and they fell short. And they lost obviously the series and some playoff ground to the Reds. But the bright spot is, I know Brennan Sproat gave up 3 earned runs, but he had a no-hitter through 5 innings. And he looked pretty damn good. So that was great to see. And I did record the game and I watched some of his outing and he just looks great. I know he walked some guys too, but he did get out of it, which isn't going to happen every time. So he's got to try to limit the walks in each outing, but I think he'll be okay. He'll figure it out. He'll piece it together. Now, Dom, I still believe this is too much to ask for from the young pitchers. I understand they're good. They're getting developed, or they maybe are developed. Guys like, I still think Sproat is developed. Nolan McLean definitely is. Tong maybe just has to mix up his pitches a little better and just get a little more seasoned, but that'll come with more starts. I mean, now with Kodai Senga accepting a demotion to the minors, he's going to pitch 2 games and then, they'll take it from there and see where he's at. I personally don't think he's going to do well, not even in AAA. I think, honestly, this man's cooked, at least for this year. The best case scenario is he does do well, but I'm going to be honest, Tom, at this point, I don't see Senga making the playoff roster, and he may not even have a key role going past this season.
I agree, but I'm shocked that they actually did it.
Yeah.
Are you shocked that they actually did it? Because I was. I'm like, wow, they actually pulled the trigger on it.
I'm not shocked that they actually did it. I'm a little more shocked that he actually accepted it as well as he did, and I give him a lot of credit for it because it's not easy to put your ego aside and accept a demotion to the minors when your team is in the middle of a playoff race. And he could have denied it. It's in his contract. He could have denied the demotion, Dom, and he didn't do it, and he accepted it, and that was it. And now he's going to have 2 starts in the minors. But I want to do a screen share here, Dom, and it is the Mets pod, and it's Connor Rogers on this episode. It's about a minute to 2 minutes I'm going to do, but it's a good part of the episode that they had this past week. And it talks about Senga and Manaea, the 2 problems in the rotation, and also talking about Clay Holmes maybe being in the bullpen. I will warn people, it's a little bit more in the postseason that they're talking about, but still, they talk about Senga and Manaea and what really they should do here. So let's just see, make sure Dom can see this. Let's share that. Dom, can you confirm you can see this?
One,
Yep.
I don't think Kodai Senga is on the Mets playoff roster, assuming they get there. Sean Manaea, like you said, these are very different problems. If you have a sample size big enough that Sean Manaea has been fine for the stretch of 3 innings, then at least Sean Manaea has a role on this team. Because, like you said, there's a situation that you line up a playoff series and you go, okay, we're going to pitch David Peterson and Nolan McLean in some order. There is going to be a game later in the series that Sean Manaea might start, but honestly, as soon as he gets in trouble in the 3rd or 4th inning, we have Clay Holmes ready to go, or we have Jonah Tong ready to go. I think, and you talk to Manaea too. Manaea might be more comfortable saying, "Hey, I do feel really good for about 50 to 60 pitches right now. So, hey, Clay, you start, and once you pitch your 4 innings, can Manaea get us through the 5th and 6th and hand it off to the bullpen?" That's a real strategy. I cannot say that about Kodai Senga, who has an ERA right around 6 since he came off the IL in July. Kodai Senga, and I think what's more alarming to me, Joe, because I'll be honest with you, and I've said this to you before in text, I have felt like, let's just have him pitch through this. Let's hope he finds it. Let's hope he finds it. Him saying after the game, most recently, after his most recent start, there are some parts of my body that aren't moving the way I want it to. At the same time, I'm out there and I'm competing. It's a fine line, and it's tough for me because I'm out there, but I'm not able to perform. I'm not trying to make this into something it's not. Kodai Senga is telling you he doesn't feel up to his full optimal self. And if he said, I'm fine, I'm just not having results, you'd be like, all right, we're gonna see where this goes the next couple of weeks, and we'll get our answers. He's telling you that something's not right. And we have watched enough Kodai Senga over the years now to know when things are not right with him, the results are really, really poor. He's not a guy like Sean Manaea who has these loose bodies in his elbow that Sean Manaea can give you a couple innings and then it gets really, really ugly. Or some guys that just pitch through everything and they're not pitching to their top form, but they give you something. Senga is uncompetitive when he's not right. So for him to come out and say that, Joe, I hate to say it, I don't feel good about Senga's start for the rest of the year.
Well, does that not sound eerily similar to what I said last week?
Very similar.
I mean, that post-game comment was concerning.
Very alarming.
And I mean, I'm going to be honest, like me, I value Connor Rogers' opinion more than a lot of people. I think he's a fantastic analyst. He does also, we're going to get into Jets and Giants, frankly, pretty soon here. He also does pre and post game on SNY for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And he does another podcast with somebody else regarding football. And he does a lot of different things. He does great work. And I love Connor Rogers. I really do. I mean, that sounded way too eerily similar. And like I said, I don't know if Kodai Senga is going to make the postseason roster. I mean, you heard that ERA over 6 since July, since he came back from injury. Not very good.
Seems like it got worse from the injury since then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's 100% right. You're 100% right. He should not pitch this year. He ratted on himself. If he tried to get more games or any more reps, no more. But you get reps now at the lower level. I'm glad that he's honest, at least.
Yeah. No, it's good that he took the demotion because he needs to work on some things. And Connor Rogers is 100% right. He's very uncompetitive if he's not 100% right. If Sanga's not 100% healthy, not competitive.
He's only been in the league for a few years, and he's like on the older side too, so that doesn't really help either.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just gotta hope for a healthy off season from him, because I'm sure he hasn't been 100% healthy during the off season either.
Yeah. At this rate, yeah, that's kind of how you have to see it. So that's the MLB. I'm just going to leave it at that. Now we transition into the NBA. So we do have some short news. We're not going to harp on this for too long. But Cam Thomas for the Nets. Okay, Cam Thomas thinks he's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with the money that he thinks he's going to get. I mean, he agreed to a 1-year, $6 million contract, essentially a qualifying offer from the Nets. Last month, he reportedly wanted, I mean, this is like $40 million annually.
That means
In what world?
That means that we must deserve at least 10. If he deserves 4, maybe we deserve 10 million.
What the hell are we talking about here? $40 million? He played in 25 games last season. I mean, this is nuts. This is bonkers to me. So, Dom, I'm going to let you speak on it a little bit, but I'm just going to read these lines to you. He declined 2 offers from Brooklyn. 1, 2 years, $30 million with a team option for the second season. And the second one was 1 year, $9.5 million with incentives up to $11 million. Here it is, though, Dom, while waiving the no trade clause. He wasn't taking that. So with that no trade clause in there, he's like, absolutely not. Thomas averaged 24 points per game, 3.8 assists, and 3.3 rebounds in 31.2 minutes per game. But again, he only appeared in 25 games last year due to hamstring injuries. And that's the first time in his career that that's happened. But, you know.
Did they win most of those games? I doubt it.
Nope. No. So he'll be a free agent next summer with 10-plus teams having good cap space. So, Dom, your thoughts on this craziness with Cam Thomas and the Nets?
I mean, I respect the man. He tried. He tr he tried at least, you know? I don't blame him. I would try to do the same thing, screw it. I mean, say it like with the Devontae Adams jersey thing incident last year. He's like, "Hey, give me a mil." Hey, why not?
Dom, you
Why
were
not?
on it. You said it a mill. I sent you the thing. I couldn't believe it. Devontae Adams said it on live TV. I mean, $1 million. That's what Malachi Corley wanted, and now he's cut from the Jets. God Lord.
I mean, Devontae got a lot of money, and the Nets owner got a lot of money, so why not put it out there? Who cares? But at the end of the day, you don't deserve that money if you're not healthy, number 1, and number 2, you're not winning games. You're not going to the playoffs, you're nowhere close to the playoffs. So, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I do like, in the sense of him, like, being a talent, he's a great talent. He can get a bucket. You can get a bucket whenever. Like, I respect that. I mean, it just sucks that he's on the Brooklyn Nets, though. I'm sure if he was on a contending team, any contending team, that he probably wouldn't score as much, but he'd probably be a way overall better player. Like, let's say he went to, like, the Nuggets or something like that. I think he'd be great on the Nuggets. That's a team that I think of that first comes to mind, but something like them, or maybe, like, who else? I mean, obviously, he would look good on the Knicks. But that's the thing, though. He's the type of player that if you put him on any team, he'd be good.
Yeah.
He'd be a good piece.
Dom, he's a good player. I'm
He
not
is a good.
saying he's not a good player. I
No,
just
yeah.
think it's preposterous that coming off a 25 games
I
played season and requesting $40 million annually like your SGA and you're the league MVP. Dude, stop it. Take a
is
seat. Let's talk. What the
is
hell are you doing? You're not going to get that kind of money from the Brooklyn Nets. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter if they're good, if they're bad, if they're trash. They're not going to give you 40 million a year. And then he now takes a qualifying offer, basically essentially betting on himself for $6 million and say, okay, I'll meet you at renegotiation next summer.
Yep.
So,
Just gotta
yeah.
pray he's healthy. That's it.
Yeah. The Knicks, not really much going on. I will say though, Dom, if they don't fill this last spot by next week, I mean, we're gonna have to start like
That's an issue.
throwing out options and what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, I can't really think of anyone
Neither can I.
unless Shamit comes back.
That's been rumored.
Unless
I would take it.
I would take Shamit back.
I'm good. I'm
We
good
need
with that.
shooters.
Yeah.
We don't really have. If you really think about it, we don't really have great shooters on our team.
Mm,
We need all
No,
the shooters we can get.
I agree. I agree.
Unless, like, we're gonna need Mikal Bridges to improve his three. We're gonna need OG to be more consistent. Until that, we don't really have great shooters. Yeah, we got Jordan Clarkson now, who's a bucket. He can shoot, he can drive, he can pass. Now he don't pass a lot, but he can pass if he wants to. So will we be better? I mean, yeah, of course we'll be better. We got Yabu Sele as well, who I'm really hyped to see.
Yeah.
A big man who
Did
can
you
shoot
see what he
threes.
did over at for France, man?
Oh,
He's the
France
captain of
too.
that team. He is
He's
freaking legit, man.
he is an animal.
I'm so glad they signed him. I told you I wanted him last February badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll see how it goes. But the only person I can really think of right now is Shamit again.
Hmm.
But unless something else comes up, I'll let you know. But off the
Yeah.
top of my head right now, that's all I can think of.
Yeah. Malik Beasley said on Instagram his decision is near. It's not going to be the Knicks. I have very, very low, you know, confidence that he's going to, I don't think it's going to be the Knicks. We'll see who it is, but whatever. We'll see what happens as we keep going with the month because again, training camp is coming up fairly soon and basketball season's what in a month and a half. So we'll see who they pick for the last spot. So that's the NBA and now the much anticipated NFL section of the pod. Dom was very excited. He's very excited that football's back and we're getting into
Go
some
back.
NFL talk. Yeah, the only problem is Dom, the Giants lose 6-21 to the Commanders in Washington. It's just it wasn't a good game for Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors. And Dom, before you begin on this, I'm just gonna mention the Malik Neighbors post game comment. Wasn't anything bad. It was
Yeah.
just shocking to hear. He said, I was going to speak up when it was time for me to speak up. I was just trying to get guys going, trying to get everything going. I felt like we were lacking out there. The energy wasn't right, so I took it up on myself to try to boost people up. I mean, Dom, it's week 1.
Yeah,
The energy wasn't right. Who's not energetic when it's the start of a new season? I mean, it
I'll give you that.
breeds optimism. I don't know how the energy wasn't right for week 1.
I'll give you the answer. The entire offensive line. That's who had no energy,
It's true.
or will, or strength, or nothing.
IQ.
IQ, nothing. They had like what's that meme with the monkey hitting the
Oh,
drums?
yes.
That's what they had. That's
Oh
what they
my
were
god.
thinking the entire game. But to start it off, 5 words. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Preseason means shit. It means absolutely nothing. I don't care about the vibes. I don't care about how people are friendly in the locker rooms, in the training facility. I don't I don't care that the quarterback is taking the offensive line out to dinner. Look what happened. Look what happened. Russ got his shit rocked all game. But for like, in all seriousness, to start it off, was it all Russell Wilson's fault? No. But was it a lot on him? I would say so. In the Brian Daboll era, but even before it, even before Brian Daboll even came here, this week 1 team, that game, it felt like every other team that the Giants have had in the last few years. It felt like the same game plan. Throw the ball mostly to your primary wide receiver, and then throw it sometimes to your second wide receiver. I mean, technically, if you think about it, Wan'Dale Robinson, who got the ball sometimes, he's technically our third receiver. And Darius Slayton, who just signed a 3-year contract, had 1 target. He had 1 target in the game. What's the point? What is the point of signing him then? I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, we couldn't block. You can't even throw him the ball more than once? It just feels like the past 3 years we've had no game plan. 0. And then once they come back in the second half, they don't switch up anything. They switch up absolutely nothing. You want to know why I know that there was no at least good game plan for this game? The Giants get into the red zone, 1st and goal on the 1. Chris, what would you do in that situation? If it was 1st and goal on the 1, you're the head coach calling the play. What would you do?
I mean, if you're at the 1, 1st and goal, I'm doing a
First
QB
down,
sneak.
1st and goal. What are you doing?
Yeah, and you're at the 1-yard line.
1 yard line.
Oh, I'm doing a QB sneak.
See, that's a good answer. Great answer. That could be an answer. Or you hand the ball off to your running back.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do on 1st and goal? They try to do a trick play for their rookie right tackle to catch a pass.
Oh, boy.
Really? Really?
You usually save that for like 3rd or 4th and goal.
Yeah. But no, not the Giants. And the Giants couldn't go in between the tackles. Trying to run inside the tackles, impossible. What do they do with that second play? Run right up the middle. Of course we didn't get it. And then on 3rd and goal, it was a really bad rub route from Tyrone Tracy. But that's another thing about this game plan. Tyrone Tracy, he's not known for running inside. He's known for bouncing off tacklers and the offensive tackles and all that, bouncing off, running to the outside. Why are you having this man just run straight through the middle almost every single play? Why? That's not what he's known for. If you want to do that, then you put Scatterbo in. Cam Scatterbo, by the way, he's electric. He is electric.
He was
Trucking people,
back, dude.
trucking
Yes.
people,
Yes.
left to right. He
God.
trucks. It seems like he trucked the whole team the way that he was doing this yesterday. He looks great. I'm really excited for him. But the thing is, how much are they going to do with this offensive line? We cannot be this bad with Andrew Thomas out. What, one person, don't get me wrong, he's one of the best left tackles in the game, but that's how bad we are? When he's out, we just can't do anything? That's unheard of. And our now third-year center, John Michael Schmitz, looks terrible. I'm still so confused of what happened from his rookie year to now. I don't get it. What happened? He looked like a future first-team All-Pro in his rookie year. Now I feel like we should cut him or not play him. He looks so lost out there. It's unreal. There is just so much bad play calls. And I know we don't really have the talent on the offensive line. But even like casual fans or like diehard fans can see like what to actually do with some of these players, and it seems like they're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, the first drive, all right, you throw the ball, and then Malik Neighbors goes for a slant, catches the ball, first down. Why didn't you do that any of the first half? Right? And then Tyron Tracy runs to the outside, gets a first down, or close to it. Why didn't you do that the whole first half of the game? They did that for that drive, and then later on, they didn't do it. Then they're trying to throw deep. And Russell Wilson, what happened to all this deep pass accuracy? Because he don't have it. It's lost somewhere. He can't throw it. He's underthrowing players. He's overthrowing players. What happened? Oh, because people were too hype on preseason. That's why. Like I said about Russ, he was bad. It wasn't all of his fault though. But he had terrible numbers though. He threw under 50%, 17 of 37, threw for 168 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked twice, but it felt like he got sacked 30 times if you actually watch this game. And with one of the sacks, he ran right into a sack. He literally ran right into a lineman, a defensive lineman.
That one, I was like, "Where's he going?"
Right?
Yeah,
he ran right to him like it was his best friend from high school. Insane. I know that he doesn't have the legs like he used to, and he ran, and then he tried to truck a player and then fumbles the ball in the red zone. We so like this is so hard like for me to analyze this game because we saw mostly only the bad of Russ. We didn't see any of the good, and we didn't have Andrew Thomas, which is crazy that just one player can just then we'll be better.
Yeah, we were saying before. I mean, Dom, picked up my brother from the airport this morning. One of the first things he said about the Giants game is that offensive line is nothing without Andrew Thomas.
Absolutely
Andrew
nothing.
Thomas isn't there. The Giants' offensive line is garbage.
It's nothing. And then Russ, he's lost. When he's under pressure, he looks absolutely useless. It looks like there's like a whole lot of panic and like he just can't handle it. There was a play in the red zone where he was looking right, and Darius Slayton was wide open on the left side. He could have threw it to him for a touchdown.
Saw that too.
That was number one. And then there was another play where Theo Johnson was streaking downfield. The defender falls down wide open. Russell Wilson not even looking at him. Not even looking in his direction.
Theo Johnson had a terrible game though, Dom. He dropped like 3 passes. I mean,
he did have a bad game. If you're wide open, like, come on.
I mean, Theo Johnson did not have a good game, dude. He was dropping it left and right.
Yeah, it's just unreal. Like, I'm trying so hard to talk like as less as I could, but literally I can talk about every single aspect of this game of how bad it was.
I'm sure.
Like with Russell Wilson, him being bad, the offensive line looking lost. Like it looks like we're probably going to be the worst in the league again. They weren't creating any clean pockets, and it looks like when they were giving up sacks, that there was no communication. No communication at all. One of the sacks, JMS, John Michael Schmitz, they switched. Him and the left guard, they switched. John Michael Schmitz went to go block the left defensive tackle. And then the other guy, I don't even know who was in at the time. He looked lost and didn't even go swish. And then right up the middle, right up the A gap, Russell Wilson got rocked
Yeah.
so bad.
I'm
Then
looking Malik Neighbors, 5 receptions on 12 targets, 71 yards. Longest reception was 25 yards.
yeah, but you can't. Everyone's like, oh, he had a terrible game. You can't blame him.
No.
He's literally like trying to moss like 3 people. Like you're throwing it into triple coverage.
Yeah.
You're
Throws it there.
underthrowing him. You're overthrowing him, or not even looking at him.
Yeah.
Like
That
there's no way this is his fault, and I agree with him. Like he deserves to be upset.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he's another star receiver that we have, and we can't get anything done because of poor quarterback play and offensive line. And the last thing I'm going to say,
Mhm.
which I'm going to say I told you so, which I was saying all preseason, what up with that run defense? We gave up 220 yards of rushing. 220 yards worth of rushing. I thought we were supposed to be way better this year. I said we weren't because we don't have a backup for Dexter Lawrence. And not gonna lie, Dexter Lawrence didn't even have that great of a game last
He
game.
did not.
He did
He
not.
did not.
Who had a great game, Brian Burns
Mhm.
and Kayvon and Abdul Carter. Like they
Mhm.
all had good games, right? They were getting pressure on the ball. Brian Burns had 2 sacks. Kayvon and Abdul, I think they both had half a sack. So like those guys, they did their thing, like what we thought would happen. They can't do it all though. It feels like every single deep pass that Jaden Daniels threw, someone was wide open in the middle. Somebody was wide open in the middle of the field, not even close. And the fact that that game was only, 21-6, the amount of times that either a Washington receiver dropped the ball or Jaden Daniels overthrew him when they're wide open, the game should have been 42-6.
Mhm. I agree. Yeah.
Even Tom Brady and was it Kurt Herbstreit?
I
Is that
believe
who it is?
so.
Kurt Herbstreit? They're like, this is such a terrible game, but somehow it's only a 1 possession game. Like even the commentators are like, I can't believe how bad of a game this is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who it was. I have to go back and look. Maybe it was Kirk Herbstreit. I'm not sure. It may not have been him. It may have been somebody else. I don't remember now. Yeah, regardless, they didn't have good things really to say much. Dom, it wasn't a pretty game, but listen, the Jets and Giants both have one thing similar for issues right now. They don't have another wide receiver. They
Nope.
don't have a wide receiver too. The Jets don't have it. Giants don't have it. It's a similar problem for both New York football teams. But I'm gonna now let's try to keep this on the rapid fire end of it. What are the positives and negative takeaways from yesterday's game? So positives and negatives from the game against the Commanders.
A positive, even though we didn't really have enough, we only had like 70 rushing yards or something like that. But it seems like that the Washington, they revamped their whole D line
Mm-hmm.
and they look great. I think I think there was a stat that the 3 new players that they got, they weigh a ton. 3 of them. They weigh over a ton. And literally they couldn't be stopped. They could not be stopped. It was just bad game planning. I feel like if we ran the ball more on the outside, we would have had way more yards. I was impressed. I was so impressed with Cam Scatterbull. Tyrone Tracy, he's gonna be fine. So the
Mm-hmm.
running game, I'm really not worried about. That's one positive. A second positive is Drew Phillips. Drew Phillips looks good, man. He looks good. He almost had a pick in the first quarter. Um, he had multiple pass breakups. He's locking up players. When I forgot what quarter it was. I think it was quarter 3. They tried to throw a screen on like a 3rd and short. He ran right to the receiver, was not tricked at all, leveled him. Even Brian Daboll said he could possibly be one of the best nickel corners in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He is very good. For a second-year player, I'm very impressed with him. That's number 2. Number 3, I mean, Abdul Carter. I mean, come on. I mean, he blocked the punt. He's pressuring the quarterback. He's literally everywhere. They even lined him up next to Dexter Lawrence someplace, which is insane. Me personally, I feel like they're gonna try and use him as like a Micah Parsons type piece, like early Dallas days. But I really think he should just be rushing the passer,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. I think he should be mostly rushing,
Okay.
but that's another discussion for another day. So those are 3 things that are good. I can say 1,000 bad things. The O-line, still terrible. Will probably be one of the worst in the league. Russell Wilson, he looks lost. Looks completely lost. Like, he looks like he can't even throw a deep ball anymore. And for number 3, I just say the game plan. Game planning. There was none. There was no game plan. There was no improvements. Last year, Brian Daboll took over play calling from Mike Kafka, and that was one of the worst seasons ever. And then Kafka comes back this year calling plays, still looks god awful. So we're in for a long season.
Oh
But
boy. Oh boy.
boys, we're in for a long freaking season.
Oh
And
boy.
mind you, we have the hardest schedule in the league.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta go watch this monstrosity week 3 against the Chiefs. Because I'm going to that game.
Good luck to you. Good
Oh,
luck.
I'm gonna
Praise the
yeah,
Lord for you. May want to bring a Bible, maybe, for that game.
might bring 3 bottles of tequila.
Yeah.
So I don't have to remember.
Couple bottles of tequila, maybe a Bible, start praying at the pregame. Whatever you do.
We'll throw the Bible on the field.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, that's the Giants. The Jets also lost to the Steelers. I mean, I predicted they win, but listen, whatever they win, but I didn't think they were going to score 30 plus points. I mean, that's something new. Dom, here's a stat for you, and it's good and bad. Jets offense did not punt the ball in the first half at all yesterday. That's the first time since 1991 that happened. That is
Wow.
wild to me. And frankly, is a bad and good stat. Good because it shows they're going in the right direction this season. It's bad because it shows how bad the organization has been for a hefty percentage of those 34 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite insane.
That's nuts.
Insane. So just wanted to start off with that. The offense looked pretty damn good. Tanner Engstrand, yeah, maybe he should have had Justin Fields throw it a little bit more, but still, he had him, throw it, had some pretty good plays. And Justin Fields had a pretty good game. No interceptions, 16 of 22 passing, 218 yards, 3 total TDs, 1 throwing to Garrett Wilson. It was a great throw. It was a 33-yard touchdown throw, 2 rushing touchdowns. As I already said, no interceptions. He only got sacked once for a loss of 6 yards. Offensive line was pretty good. TJ Watt was well contained. He got free a few times. Armand Membu, though, I think he played great. I think he really stood up his ground. I think the left tackle and right tackle positions are going to be good for years to come. They look pretty solid. It's a great sight to see. I'm going to get into the, positives and negatives in a bit here. QB rating was a 79.5 for Justin Fields. Passer rating was a 119.1. Pretty damn good. Breece Hall, frankly, shut my ass up. 19 carries, 107 yards. No TDs, but he had some good cuts, a long run of 15 yards. Breece is looking healthy, and he frankly looked like the 2022 Breece before he had his ACL injury. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the Breece Hall I remember when I was in grad school, when he first came with the Jets and got drafted. That's the Breece Hall that I know, and that was the reason why I bought his jersey back when I did to go into the 2023 season. He looked fantastic. I don't know if you saw any of his runs, Dom, but he looked pretty good.
I was watching both games at the same time.
So was I. I was fortunate enough that Marco had both TVs up. So when the Jets were a commercial, I was watching the Giants. They also flipped back to Red Zone. So I was trying to watch as much as I could. Braylon Allen had an 8-yard TD run. That was really it. I know I posted a reel regarding our Sunday predictions, and a lot of it came true, aside from the final scores. Dom said Brian Burns would get a sack. Dexter Lawrence didn't have the best game. He didn't get a sack, but still was correct on at least one of them. I said that Braylon Allen was going to score. Justin Fields was going to score. They both did. I also said Quinnen Williams and Will McDonald were going to get sacks. They also did. So everything was right besides the final score. But Garrett Wilson, 7 receptions on 9 targets, 95 yards, 1 TD for 33 yards. The unfortunate thing is Aaron Rodgers came to play, which I think a lot of people expected, returning back. And honestly, he sounded like a real prima donna up at the podium, Dom, for the post game, talking about how, oh, it was great to beat everyone associated with the Jets. And there were some people who, said I couldn't play anymore, but obviously I can. I know you're taking a shot at Aaron Glenn, buddy. I'm not
Yeah,
stupid.
of course.
I know who you're trying to, size up, but do me a favor. You're 41, not 21. Grow up a little bit. Okay, stop being a little fucking prima donna at the podium all the damn time. Maybe go take some ayahuasca like you usually do, and go do whatever the heck you want to do. But he won the game. I'm sure he's thrilled about it. Probably slept great after the game. He did get sacked 4 times for 26 yards. QB rating was only a 62.7. Passer rating, though, was great, 136.7. I mean, listen, I'm not going to deny it. He came to play. I personally never really saw that kind of Aaron Rodgers last year, which really kind of annoys me. Of course, it's typical Jets thing where people leave and they go play better somewhere else. I've seen it too many times. So that was Aaron Rodgers for that. I'm not going to get too much into it. There's no need. I don't want to make it a Aaron Rodgers segment here. The positives for the Jets was Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson's routes. He was getting open on Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was being such an SOB, a pain in the ass, whatever you want to call it. He was flailing when John Simpson hit him, and he just flailed like an idiot. But that's to be expected. Jalen Ramsey's very outspoken. He's very much an arrogant football player.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Well, honestly, if I were you guys, I'd be definitely be proud of this performance.
Yeah.
They are a good defense. They're
Mhm.
they're a great defense. You guys held your own on offense the entire time. I mean, the defense wasn't as great, but you guys did make some good plays on defense.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like they're trying to do like a Baltimore type of offense, like I said a few weeks ago, but just mostly running the ball and then just trying to get your main receiver open, which they did, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, I'm I'd be like happy to look forward to the season for you guys.
No,
For the
no, no,
Giants,
no.
not at all. Giants,
No,
not at all. But
no. Now the
with the
Giants.
Jets, you guys got something to look forward to at least.
The Giants are a serious, serious issue. No, the Jets. No, listen, dude, I didn't come away with it. I was a little salty that Aaron Rodgers got the win and he was being a little prima donna in the podium. But other than that, I mean, dude, I was fine. I was satisfied with how they performed. But to continue with the positives, Brees Hall for sure, looking like 2022 Brees Hall. The defensive line, as we expected though, Will McDonald, Quinn Williams, JJ getting to the QB, all 3 of those guys. The 2 acquisitions for the interior line, Harrison Phillips and Jawan Briggs, they helped stop the run, so they did great with that. Ahmad Gardner locking down DK Metcalf for only 1 catch for 11 yards, which was a complete fluke of a catch. It deflected off players and landed in his lap. It was pretty crazy. But Dom, he did travel with him. I was happy that I was wrong on that. He did
Yeah.
travel with him, so that's good. So Aaron Glenn, pretty sure Aaron Glenn, when he was a cornerback for the Jets back in the 90s, he traveled with players. So he honestly probably wanted to bring it back to his roots and do that. So those were all the positives, Tom. The issue was special teams, which I'm going to add a little bit to it towards the end. Brandon Stevens looked terrible and should have caught that ball on Aaron Rodgers. These cornerbacks got to catch. I mean, people said it in preseason. I think J.J. Watt said it. A lot of people said it in preseason. If the Jets want to win games that they shouldn't, they have to get takeaways. You got to catch the ball. And Brandon Stevens' contract right now looks terrible. 3 years, $36 million. I mean, Ravens fans were probably laughing when they saw that contract handed out. And they're probably telling Jets fans, we told you so. This is what we were seeing last year with this guy. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. So not a good game for him. So CB2,
No.
cornerback 2 is something that they're going to have to look into and maybe have other guys get some reps. Wide receiver 2, the Jets need to make a trade sooner than later. I mean, they either have to make a trade or have Arian Smith get a lot more reps because I honestly don't know who the wide receiver 2 is. Garrett Wilson got his reps. He got his yards, but a tight end is not going to get you a deep ball. So a
No.
tight end would be, you could do maybe, try to do something related to a Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs situation, but that's going to take some time and that's pretty hard. Mason Taylor will get more reps, I believe, as the season continues. but they need a wide receiver too. If it's not going to be internally, it's got to come externally, and they got to make a trade because I can't keep watching Garrett Wilson be the only one get open, and then either have Garrett Wilson be forced, force feed him the ball, or see Justin Fields run. You got to get another wide receiver. I said this at the beginning, Dom. The safety position is just god awful. I mean, Tony Adams looked terrible. The safety position is a real problem. Here's the thing. As a safety, I saw Tony Adams just get completely juked, and I think I could have juked him out. I mean, there was one play where the wide receiver just got completely up the field. I don't remember if it was DK Metcalf. I believe it wasn't. I think it was somebody else. But as a safety, if you can't tackle, that's like a Formula One racer not being able to drive. I remember I heard last night Joe Caporoso for the Badlands podcast with Connor Rogers. He said it's basically a chef who can't cook. I mean, they're 100% right.
Yeah,
If you
100%.
can't tackle as a safety, you're not a safety in the NFL.
No.
You're just not. So Tony Adams had a god awful game, and that was just really hard to see. And they're going to have to figure out that safety position. I think Malachi Moore needs to start getting some reps because there was one play with Tony Adams where the Steelers wide receiver made one little move to the right, and he was completely juked, and he was lost, and he was gone. So that's a problem. And of course, getting into the 2-point conversion. I don't know why he called that at the beginning. He said it post game that he's going to do that almost every time if he gets given an opportunity to move up to the 1-yard line. He said, I'm going to do it. And that's it. And I'm going to stick to that. So I guess if the defense on the extra point commits a penalty, expect Eric Glenn to take the penalty and try for the 1-yard 2-point conversion. But I don't think you should have done anything. You should have taken the point. And when you do it the first time and you miss, and you're trying to get back into the game or pad your lead or try to win, you're going to have to probably do the 2-point conversion again. It's a domino effect. So that was pretty dumb on Aaron Glenn's part. And he also wasted a timeout on the 2-point conversion as well, which just can't happen. I mean, that just looks so stupid to me. Should have taken the 5-yard penalty and give your team a chance to create a real throwing play. That's what he should have done. And last thing I'll say, Dom, that was negatively, Xavier Gibson can't be on this team anymore.
No.
I mean, he's terrible. He
looks
had a
so
key fumble that totally changed the trajectory of the Jets' win. And honestly, Garen Glenn had a post-game comment. He said, you will not be on the field with this team if you cause us to lose games. Well, what that translates to me is it looks like Xavier Gibson's not going to be returning kicks or punts next week against the Bills. So if that's the case, put Isaiah Davis out there. He can cut, he can run. I think he's got good speed. Have somebody else. If it's not going to be Isaiah Davis, I don't know. Find somebody else. It can't be Xavier Gibson. He should have been cut, and Brandon Smith should have made the team. I don't know why Brandon Smith got cut. I just don't get it. So that was pretty dumb. Just watching Gibson, try to recover the ball after he fumbled it. It just can't happen, and he shouldn't have been on this team, and a lot of Jet fans agree that he shouldn't have made the roster. It was sickening to see that fumble, but that's basically the end of the negative side of the game. Yes, there were positives. Justin Fields played better than we expected. He had a good offensive game, no turnovers, and had a solid passer rating of 119.1, but listen, it's the first week. It's encouraging to see this is a totally different play calling, totally different offense that we're seeing with Tanner Engstrand and Aaron Glenn. If he's serious about what he says, Xavier Gibson won't be touching the ball for kick or punt returns next week.
He shouldn't.
No, he should
Especially
not
against Bills.
be. Yeah. Well, he may because of week 1, 2023. That's the only reason why he's on this team, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe he will be getting some returns. Maybe Aaron Glenn thinks he can cook up, a possible touchdown return. I have no idea.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Exactly. So we're actually going to do a quick segment here. This is kind of new. It's going to be take a seat. Let's predict. Okay, so first we're honestly going to do, since we're talking about football, we'll just do this first. Giants and Jets, right? Jets are playing the Bills. Giants for week 2, Dom.
Cowboys.
Do you see them winning? Do you see them losing? I mean, just by how you spoke about the Giants, I'm going to say you're predicting them to lose this upcoming week against the Cowboys.
Especially if, what's his name? Andrew Thomas is not there.
Yes. Yeah.
We're not winning a single game if Andrew Thomas is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
We could win. We could win if he's on the team, if he's playing. But if he's not in the lineup, no, we're not winning a single game.
Thing is, Dallas is not that good this year. Watching that game against the Eagles, they don't look that good. So it's a possibility that the Giants could squeak out with a win in Dallas.
That game, CeeDee Lamb cost him the game.
Mhm.
Dak actually didn't look bad at all.
He admitted, no, he didn't. He didn't. I mean, I still don't think he's a fantastic quarterback, but no.
Oh,
But CeeDee Lamb
do.
admitted it. He said that's on me.
Yeah. What do you have? 3 drops?
Mhm.
3 big drops?
Yep.
I mean, they still got an offense.
Mhm.
Their defense is questionable, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I could be the quarterback going against the Giants. I'm gonna have a few touchdowns. So, I don't think we're winning. I really don't think we're gonna win this game.
Okay.
I really don't.
Well,
Final score of maybe I'll say we get a touchdown. Maybe
okay.
21-7.
21-7.
21-7.
And who do you think gets the touchdown? I'm just curious.
I'd probably say Tyrone Tracy.
That's what I had in my head. Just because Russell Wilson just looks like trash. So I don't think it's going to be Malik Neighbors. And I think Dallas is going to try to double team him.
They're gonna
I
double
don't know.
and
Maybe Wandell Robinson sneaks in there and gets it, but I think Tyrone Tracy's the safe answer.
yeah, that'll be Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah. For the Jets, I'm going to say they lose. Sorry. I say they start 0-2. I know the Bills usually don't do that great at MetLife, but the safety core, the cornerback too, Brandon Stevens, I just think Josh Allen is going to try to run wherever there's an open hole because I think he's going to exploit the safeties. I think he's going to exploit Brandon Stevens all night long or all day long, excuse me. So I'm going to say the Jets lose. The score though, Bills defense. I mean, you even saw Ravens put up 40 points last night. So I'm going to say the Jets lose. I'm going to say 28-20.
28-20.
I'm going to say 28-20. And I'm going to say there's going to be 2 touchdowns. Again, one from Justin Fields because he just runs so well. And I'm actually going to say the second one. I'm going to say Breece Hall gets his first touchdown of the season. I'm going to say Justin Fields and Breece Hall.
I could
But I
definitely
say
see
they
that.
lose 20. I'm actually going to say 28-21. 28-21 they lose. It's too tough. The Bills are a good team.
They are a good team.
Yeah.
I can't believe they
So
won that.
I did wild.
That was a crazy game.
Crazy game. I couldn't believe it. I didn't see the end of it, dude. I went to bed. But pretty nuts.
Yeah.
So that's football. So now, Dom, just real quick, what do you have for the Yankees this week? They're obviously playing. Tonight starts with the Detroit Tigers, tough matchup. And then they have the Red Sox this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, I will go. I'll go 3-6. I'll go 3-6. I think they'll win 2 games against the Tigers.
Are you saying 3-4?
No, 3-6. Because 3 games against the Tigers
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 games against the Red Sox.
So you're saying they're going. So what's
3
their
and
record?
Oh, 3-3. I'm sorry. Wow.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm trying to do the math here. I'm like, what the hell you talking about?
Oh my God, I'm shot.
3-6.
God.
I'm like
3-6.
3-6. You can
9
play
games.
They're having
9
2
games in a
double heads.
week. 2 doubleheaders.
They're having 2 double heads. That's crazy.
I'll go 3-3.
All right, 3-3. That's safe. I think that's a safe answer.
I'll go 3-3. They're gonna lose against Screwball, and then we'll probably win against the other pitchers.
Okay, so 3-3. For the Mets, they play 4 against the Phillies. That starts tonight. Nolan McLean's on the mound. So I'm going to say they win that game. Also, Trey Turner, by the way, Trey Turner's out and Alec Boehm is out. So Alec Boehm just got put on the 10-day IL today. And I even saw the video of Trey Turner. I think he has a hamstring injury. So I think they're both out for the series. So that's pretty big for the Mets. I'm honestly say because of that, I'm going to say the Mets win 3 of 4. And then they play the Rangers. I'm going to Friday night game. It's going to be Jacob deGrom against Jonah Tong, which is going to be pretty riveting. I'm very excited for that.
That would be a crazy game.
I'm going to say the Mets. I'm honestly say they're actually going to go 5-2.
Wow.
I'm going to say they go 5-2. I'm going to say they win 3 of 4 to the Phillies because Trey Turner and Alec Boehm are out. And I'm going to say they win 2 of 3 against the Rangers. So
Valid.
I'll say that.
I mean, the way that he's back. Vientos is back. Obviously, you still got your boy Polar Bear.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Yep.
mean, as long as Vientos is hitting, you guys are going to be really successful as a team.
It's important. It's definitely important. We have to have those guys hitting and doing well. I mean, for sure.
You need Vientos.
No, you ain't kidding.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's getting hot at the right time. Perfect
oh
time.
yeah, I agree. I
Thank
agree.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the predictions for the NFL and the MLB. So Dom, anything to say before I wrap up this episode? Any last words?
Well, about the Giants. I see it how it is. I'm not like it sounds like I'm negative all the freaking time, but this is what I'm seeing. People are telling me, "Oh, why are you so negative?" Like people are telling me, "Oh, they're gonna go deep in the playoffs this year." Like, some like my friends and people that listen to the podcast, they're like, "The Giants look incredible." Like, like what are you talking about? Preseason means nothing. That's why I was saying this entire time, like during this podcast, I hate talking about the preseason. And Chris is like, "Yeah, we gotta talk about it though." I'm like, "I know, but I still hate talking about it." It's not like I'm gonna be like, "Yo, can we skip this? I don't like this." No,
Ugh.
no. I see it how it is. I'm not falling for this trick again. I fell for it like 2 years ago. I'm not doing it ever again. And also, what happened to Jalen Hyatt? What happened to this great connection that Russell Wilson and Jalen Hyatt had over training camp? Did he even play? He didn't even play.
I didn't see
If he
him.
did play, he didn't even get a target.
I didn't see him at all.
Exactly. It's all bullshit. The preseason is bullshit. I don't care if you won the Super Bowl last year. It doesn't matter. Once you get on the field week 1, completely different. I just had to say that.
Yeah. I gotta tell you that.
Also, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
One more thing. Bobby Okereke looked terrible.
Yeah.
Looked
Yeah.
awful.
I will say, Dom, I read a few tweets that was pretty negative about Okereke.
Okereke looked awful.
I didn't even bring that up. Yeah. I forgot about that. But I didn't forget that he played awful. I just forgot that there were some tweets. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I know. Yeah, the Jalen Hyatt thing is very interesting to me. It's really proving your point of the preseason means nothing. And yeah, Okereke was just he wasn't that great. But listen, we'll see. The Chiefs, I don't think looked that great either. Their first game, I know, it was obviously in Brazil. It's all different over there. But it's week 1. We'll see. We'll see what happens this Sunday with the Giants and the Cowboys. The Jets, they just need to fix their issues. But I think they're going to trend in the right direction. At least they are, I believe, after this first game of the season. So hopefully they fix the safety issue. They address that. They have to address the Xavier Gibson issue. They got to address the wide receiver too. Maybe have Malachi Moore get some reps at safety. Get another guy in for cornerback too. They got to address these issues. And if they do, then maybe they'll win a few games that they shouldn't have, including really this Sunday with the Bills. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's all you got to say?
I could be here till tomorrow, but I won't do that.
Sounds great to me. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to everyone for tuning into today's episode of the FTB podcast on either YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss any of our shows. See you folks on Monday. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.